Honorable Chairman, sir, I wholeheartedly thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on this historic moment where we are redefining the history of Andhra Pradesh. It is a historic day not only for me or 5 crore people of Andhra Pradesh, but for the entire Telugu community who is staying inside the country and outside the country also. And I'm a proud man. It is a very emotional moment for me. And it is emotional not only because it is a subject where we are talking about the capital and giving a clarity to the state of Andhra Pradesh, but this redefines the pride, this redefines the faith, this redefines the consciousness of the country it has on its democracy, on the leadership, and the whole political system also, sir. And this is something which has much stronger repercussions than looking at it as simply or merely regarding a subject of a state and its capital, sir. And when I talk about the historic moment, we also have to understand why this bill has been brought in the first place. We have to look into the history also a little bit. And when we talk about the history of Andhra Pradesh, sir, it is one of the most prosperous states in the country, one of the most diversified and one of the most forward-looking countries, most entrepreneurial states with one of the best people, talented people in the country. And when this state was bifurcated in the year 2024, as the witness of this parliament itself, for the first time in history, a new state has been created with the capital and the whole state has been left out without the capital. And that is where the problem started, sir. We were not against the bifurcation, but then the way that it was done. And now, honorable senior member who has spoken before me should also understand that many of the issues which we are talking about today was done because of the way in which it was bifurcated. It is not the first time that a state has been bifurcated in this country. Under the visionary leadership of previous Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, 3 states have been created, but none of the states had any kind of problem. There was no agitation at all. Then why now? Why for Andhra Pradesh? And it was at that time when the state was created, then it was Andhra which was left out without the capital. It was Andhra which had 16,000 crore revenue deficit in the state. And it was Andhra which was left clueless on what is going to happen in the future. It was left blindsided. It was left right on the streets of this country. And that was when all of the Telugu people, all of the Andhra people, the 5 crore people looked at one man with hope. And that man, I have to take his name, sir, is the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu. And that was the only hope we had left in the Telugu people, in Andhra people. And he created the aspiration for Telugus. And he created the conviction. With conviction, he created the vision for Andhra people. He said, yes, life is full of challenges. Sometimes things happen the way we want it. Sometimes they don't happen the way we want it. But he always stood for one mantra. Every crisis gives us an opportunity. And I have come into politics at a very young age, sir. I've lost my father. And after that, to carry his legacy, I have come into politics. And I have been a disciple of Chandrababu Naidu Garu. And I've been this is my 3rd term as Member of Parliament. And for the last 10 years in Lok Sabha, I know how much I have read each and every single word of this AP Reorganization Act, sir. Any bill that you bring into the parliament, I was trying to connect it to the AP Reorganization Act and trying to put it into the everyone's notice, right from the government to every member of this house. And that is why it is a moment of pride for me also that a special bill has been brought in where the efforts of Andhra people, especially the farmers and the women of Amaravati, are being recognized here today. And when it comes to the Amaravati capital, like I said, there was no capital for us. And when we had to choose on what the capital is going to be, that was when, with the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, then Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, he, in a very due consultation process, in a democratic process, with the recommendations of a special committee that has been put in the assembly itself, in the discussion with all the parties who were present in that house, including YSR Congress Party and its leader, and all the other parties that were present, it was unanimously decided that Amaravati is going to be the capital, and this was in 2024 itself. In 2024 September itself, the Assembly passed a resolution that this is going to be the capital. And one of the 2014 itself. And one of the advantages that it was thought to be as a capital, it was right on the banks of Krishna River, sir. You look at all the capitals, ancient civilizations, and even today, one of the strongest capitals across the world have been built on, civilizations have been built on these grand rivers, sir. And one of the most significant rivers that we have in the country is River Krishna. And it was thought that on the banks of River Krishna, we are going to build this grand capital, which is not only going to serve the people of Andhra Pradesh, but it is going to be an iconic and world-class capital where the whole country and the whole world will be proud to come and invest there or to be living in there. And once that was sought, sir, the Amaravati capital, like I've said, very historic capital. Satavahanas, 2000 years ago, they had the capital there. It was a Buddhist spiritual center also. And then it was equidistant from all corners of the state. And so that there was a unanimous support from everyone that this is going to be the most ideal capital locations for the state itself. And once that was decided, the foundation stone for the capital was done. On Vijay Dashmi, very auspicious Dasara day, Honorable Prime Minister has been invited and he has graciously come, and with his hands only he has laid the foundation stone for this Amaravati at that time. And with the spirit that the whole parliament is with the construction of the Amaravati, the whole parliament and the whole government is there with this support to promote Amaravati. It was with that intention, Honorable Prime Minister has also offered his support. And with the whole consensus, we have started building, sir. But we have started building step by step, brick by brick, building by building. We have started building this Amaravati. But then, at the same time, there was a grand vision which was formed by one particular leader to destroy Amaravati on the other hand, sir. And it was during the 2019 elections. When the elections, there was a change in government in the whole state of Andhra Pradesh. It was then the real problem for not only Amaravati, but the real problem for the whole state of Andhra Pradesh happened, sir. That 5 years, 2019 to 2024, the government that was ruling Andhra Pradesh, it was one of the darkest times. It was one of the darkest times Andhra Pradesh has gone through, sir. Now that 5 years, the development of Andhra Pradesh has gone back 50 years, sir. And we are still repaying for that. And when that thing happened, when the 2019...
when your chance is coming, you can speak. I will give you time. I will give you time. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. When you can give a fitting reply when your chance is coming. Please take your seat. Let him continue. Please let him continue.
Sir, in the 2019, when the new government came into existence in the state of Andhra Pradesh, they have totally, whichever way they had to destruct Amaravati, they had kind of gotten all these plans, sir, one after the other. And when they came into power, sir, the first way to destruct Amaravati, the first plan was to create the confusion of three capitals. Three capitals in Andhra Pradesh, their confusion was that not only to create a confusion of not having any capital, one was to destroy the capital Amaravati, which was happening. And the second part of it was to create some kind of division within the state so that the states, within the state also, the regions fight against each other. You would remember, sir, this was exactly how the Britishers tried to rule India. And now, taking that idea forward, this person wanted to create the state in such a way that they were fighting against each other, that we want the capital or we want the capital. It was with that dark idea that they have said that they are going to do three capitals. Now, after that, sir, then they have brought in a bill also in the local state assembly that they want to create these three capitals. In November 2021, 1 year after that, they have withdrawn also after judicial scrutiny. In March 3rd, 2022, the High Court also ruled Amaravati must continue as capital. So many things have happened where the people have stood against them, the courts have stood against them. Even then, what I have to really mention here, sir, if we are talking about Amaravati, we have to talk about the farmers and the women of Amaravati, sir. And why? Because when the whole idea of Amaravati was being done, the Amaravati needed land. And the land, sir, I am a civil aviation minister right now. I can talk about airport projects where you need 1,000 acres or 2,000 acres. It's a big challenge, sir. The moment you say the airport we are trying to build, it is easy to say that we are trying to build an airport, but when it comes to compiling of land, when it comes to acquiring of land, it is a gigantic task for any state government. Now here, when we wanted to build a world-class capital for Andhra Pradesh, just because of the conviction of one man, just because of the faith that people had in one man, and especially the farmers of Amaravati, where three crops were growing in that region, in 58 days, 34,000 acres have been donated by 29,000 farmers. They have given it voluntarily for the construction of the capital, sir. That is the large-heartedness of Amaravati people. large-heartedness of Amaravati farmers. Sir, without taking a rupee, the only conviction was that the Amaravati is going to be built as a world-class capital. And I salute and I bow down, sir, through the parliament to all the farmers and especially the women of Amaravati who have taken up this thing of trying to build the capital, and they've donated the land also, sir. And now, once this confusion was created, then the same farmers and the same women took up to the streets to fight for it. And they fought for it democratically. They fought for it peacefully. And they didn't fight, sir, when the confusion was started. The farmers didn't say that, please give me the land back, because there seems to be a confusion on where the capital is going to be built. They fought for the capital, sir. They fought for the idea of capital. They fought for the future of the state. They said that it was with the consensus that we have all decided Amaravati is going to be the capital, so there is going to be no backing down from this, and we are all going to fight for it. And with that spirit, sir, for 5 years, more than 1,600 days, relentlessly, with unfaulted spirit, sir, the farmers and the women of Amaravati fought for the capital, for establishing capital. And no one could break their spirit, sir. It was such a strong spirit that all these people had, and how they were insulted, and how they were insulted by the then government. Now they are speaking on this, sir. I have to tell the facts to the parliament also. There were pregnant women. There were pregnant women who were trying to protest for this Amaravati, and they are used their state machinery to kick these pregnant women in their stomachs, sir. Will anyone, sir, anyone here, or any government, or any human being will give that kind of instructions to anyone? And if you look at the other kind of agitations and the kind of criminalization they have done, sir, just for protest, they have been put behind bars. These farmers, these women, there was character assassination, body shaming, and so many different things. But really, that is why I salute again, sir. So many things that has been done, but the women never backed down. They took it onto themselves. And like this Kanaka Durgamma, the Nari Shakti, the power of women, they have showed that, sir, in Amaravati, and they have stood all together to fight for the rights of the state and to fight for the rights of the capital. And now, once this is done, now I have to also talk about 2019. Before going to the elections, this same YSR Congress party, there were questions asked to them that, are you going to change the capital? This was before the elections. And their leader, going to the elections, they said that, no. We are not going to change the capital. The capital is going to be in Amaravati itself. And that is why I've built a grand palace also in Amaravati, is what he said, sir. And then once they came into power, they have started the 3 capital bill. And then what they have done, sir, then they have said in 2019, why do we need Amaravati? Then they have said Nagarjuna University land is enough for building a capital. Then they said in 2023 capitals for Andhra Pradesh. 2022 Hyderabad is our capital till 2024. 2023 Vizag is my capital. 2024 we are not against Amaravati. Sir, you imagine a person who is at the helm of affairs of the state, if he is making these illogical, immoral and irresponsible statements, then what is it going to be for the future of the state, sir? Sir, you would not realize, but when people ask, we are a new state, like I've said, we are a prosperous state, we are very aspiring state, sir. We want to become one of the best. Telugu community is there all across the world, being adapted all across the world and doing one of the best things. And now such a state, when after bifurcated, when people come and ask, Acha, batao, aapka capital kidhar hai? We are not able to tell them where the capital is. How is our self-respect going to be, sir? All the states, even smaller states, northeast states, island states, they all can say that we have this capital, you can come and see this capital. But it was the only state for the last 5 years, we could not say anything about our capital. That was the way the Andhra Pradesh government at that time has treated this whole capital issue, sir. And it was time that we set it right. And why? In 2024 elections, even though that government wanted to divide the state into these regions, we all, the NDA alliance, BJP, TDP, Janasena, we all went to the people across the state, right from Srikakulam to Anantapur Kuppam. Everywhere we have said that we are going to rebuild Amaravati. And what happened after that? People anywhere, they didn't protest, sir. They have given a historic mandate to NDA government. Out of 175 seats, 164 seats have been won by the NDA government. So that has been the faith they had that Amaravati should be the capital. A person in Srikakulam was saying, I want Amaravati capital. Visakhapatnam was saying, Amaravati, I want the capital. Anantapur, Rayalaseema, they were saying, I want Amaravati with the capital. So this is the unity with which the whole state stood for Amaravati, sir. And it is the duty now for the NDA government to restore that faith, to restore that confidence, and to restore the confidence that had been bestowed on the NDA government by voting us into power, both the state government and central government, to rebuild the Amaravati, sir. And it is with that rebuilding that the NDA government has fully supported. They have given more than 15,000 crores for Amaravati. And they have also given lot of other funds through which we are able to rebuild Amaravati. But here what we are doing is not only listing it as the capital of Andhra Pradesh, I'll complete in 5 minutes, not only as Andhra Pradesh, but also respecting and honoring the sacrifices and the relentless spirit of the Amaravati farmers and especially the women, sir. And so I salute to them and I thank the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji, and our Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu Garu, Deputy Chief Minister Pavan Kalyan Garu, and also our young and dynamic leader Lokesh Anna Garu, who has been strongly supporting the protests and the Amaravati cause from his beginning of his days, sir, and through which we have all supported, and now we have come to this that we are trying to re-establish the confidence for Andhra, and all we want to see is to be a world-class capital being built in Andhra Pradesh, sir. And very on the last this thing, before I end my speech, I would like to speak a couple of lines in Telugu also, sir. And this Andhra Pradesh Amaravati Rajdhani kosam నిరంతరమైనటువంటి పోరాటం చేసింది. అమరావతి ఒక శక్తివంతమైన పవిత్రమైనటువంటి నేల. అలాంటి అమరావతిలో ఎంతో మంది తాలూకా సహకారంతో, ఎంతో మంది తాలూకా త్యాగాలతో, ఎంతో మంది తాలూకా కష్టాలతో వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా సాక్రిఫైస్ చేసి, త్యాగాలు చేసి మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్రానికి no translation? Translation is there. Is there? Maybe it is coming a little slow.
He will translate himself.
तेलुगु मत रखिए, उसको इंग्लिश में रखिए या हिंदी में रखिए तो तेलुगु का उसमें आएगा.
After your Telugu speech, you translate yourself.
I can also translate. That's not a problem. Yes, and I'm sure you will understand the emotion, sir, more than the language.
No, that is okay. But let them understand your real feeling.
Yes. Very good. I know, sir. I know all the parties here will support except for one party who will not support. That also I know. Sir, అమరావతి ఒక పవిత్రమైన శక్తివంతమైన నేల. ఈ యొక్క అమరావతిని మన చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి తాలూకా సంకల్పంతో, అక్కడ రైతుల తాలూకా త్యాగంతో, ఎంతో మంది తాలూకా కృషి ఫలంతో, అలాగే దానితో పాటు విజయవాడ కనకదుర్గమ్మ, మంగళగిరి లక్ష్మీనరసింహస్వామి, అనంతవరం వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి, అమరావతి అమరలింగేశ్వర స్వామి తాలూకా ఆశీస్సులు అన్నీ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. అందుకే ఎంతమంది దీని మీద కుట్ర పన్నినా, దీన్ని ధ్వంసం చేయాలని చూసినా ఒక్క ఇటుక ముక్క కూడా అమరావతి నుంచి ఏ ఒక్కరు కూడా కదపలేకపోయారు సార్. అలాంటి అమరావతి ఇప్పటికీ కూడా చాలా మంది దీని మీద వ్యతిరేకమైనటువంటి కామెంట్స్ చేస్తూ అసభ్యకరంగా, అవమానకరంగా ఇప్పటికీ కూడా ఒక జోక్ లాగా దీన్ని ట్రీట్ చేస్తున్నారు. వాళ్ళకి ఖచ్చితంగా భవిష్యత్తులో ప్రజలు బుద్ధి చెప్తారు, ఆ భగవంతుడు కూడా వాళ్ళకి సమాధానం చెప్తాడని ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను సార్. అలాగే అమరావతి మన అందరి రాజధాని సార్. అమరావతి తెలుగు ప్రజల ఆశాజ్యోతి సార్. ఆంధ్ర ప్రజల రాజధాని, ప్రజా రాజధాని. అటువంటి అమరావతి అజరామరంగా అభివృద్ధి పదంలో ముందుకు కొనసాగుతుందని తెలియజేసుకుంటూ జై అమరావతి, జై ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్, జై భారత్.
డాక్టర్ కె లక్ష్మణ్ జీ.